Hello everyone, Pem here. Welcome to a new Let's Play series. We are playing Bioware's Dragon Age Origins. Much like when I played Mass Effect, I will be doing the entire trilogy of games to this point. Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition. I will probably, just like Mass Effect, take a break between those games before I play the next one. But even so, we will do the entire trilogy. Full disclosure, I have only played some of Dragon Age Origins. I've never played 2, I've never played Inquisition. I've never beaten Dragon Age Origins, but I have watched other players' Let's Plays of it, so I wouldn't call this blind. I've played probably about 60 hours in the game myself, and I've seen other players, Let's Players, finish the game. So I'm familiar enough with it to say that I'm not playing it blind, but I'm also no expert at the game or its lore. We will be role-playing a character, and as I always try to do when I'm role-playing, I try to stick to character decisions as much as possible and only operate on knowledge that the character should have naturally in the game, not on things that I might know or the viewers might know outside of what our character would know. If that's not your speed, if you're not familiar with my channel for whatever reason, then perhaps you should be looking elsewhere for a more thorough, a playthrough of the game rather than a roleplay of it. But we're going to try to stick to character decisions as much as possible. So, without further ado, let's get to it. We've got Awakening and Origins. We're doing Origins. And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven, and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Threnodies, 8:13.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Welcome to the game, everybody. I suspect if you're watching this, you are familiar with the game, probably the entire franchise. But if anybody who's watching is unfamiliar, I can't imagine that you are. But if you are, it's a fantasy setting, obviously, and it's a party-based role-playing game. As I said, I am somewhat familiar with the game, but not super familiar with it. There's a lot of the lore that I am still unfamiliar with. I've read the codex entries and everything, and I've done some prep for this series and this character that I'm about to play. But I don't know as much about the lore of this game series as I do, say, the Elder Scrolls or even Mass Effect, a game like that. So, the character that I'm playing, I think, is going to fit in with my general lack of knowledge of the lore of this game, which we'll see here. Of course, Dragon Age Origins is designed in large part around the variability of your character's backstory, hence the name Origins in the title of the game. The background I select will determine which of 6 distinct opening stories I play through. It also affects how characters respond to me throughout the game. So, I said my character's background would actually fit my ignorance pretty well. We're going to play as the Dwarf Commoner background. We have the options of classes for Warrior or Rogue. I'm going to go with Rogue, because I think that there are, in the party, as far as I'm remembering, there are more Warrior-type characters that I like to have in the party than there are Rogue-type characters. So I think I'd rather be the Rogue character myself, and fill in the party with the Warrior-type characters. I guess what I'm saying is, not that I hate the Rogue-type characters, but if I was putting myself in as a Warrior-type character, there's a lot of characters that I would have to get less time with in the party, if that makes sense. We'll play as a female. Men and women in Ferelden are generally regarded as equals. Both genders are evenly represented in most organizations, noble houses, and military forces. Rogues are skilled adventurers who come from all walks of life. All rogues possess some skill in picking locks and spotting traps, making them valuable assets to any party. Tactically, they are not ideal frontline fighters, but if rogues can circle around behind their target, they can backstab to devastating effect. Rogue specializations are Ranger, Bard, Duelist, and Assassin. Class benefits: +4 dexterity, +2 willpower, +4 cunning. Of course, I skipped her actual race. Dwarf. Rigidly bound by caste and tradition, the dwarves have been waging a losing war for generations, trying to protect the last stronghold of their once vast underground empire from the Darkspawn. Dwarves are very tough and have a high resistance to all forms of magic, thus preventing them from becoming mages. You get +1 strength, +1 dexterity, +2 constitution, and 10% chance to resist hostile magic. And we're doing the background of the Dwarf Commoner. Born casteless in a land where rank is everything, bound as the lackey and thug of a local crime lord, you have spent your life invisible until chance thrusts you into the spotlight, where you can finally prove whether you will be defined by your actions or your birth.
Greetings.
Ooh, okay, so here we go into the character creation. Now, I like to get into this, and I don't edit this down at all. Some people like to see the entire thing, selection of facial characteristics and voice and all that stuff. Other people like to skip through this. So if you're the kind of person who doesn't want to witness this, just fast forward the 8 or 10 or however many minutes it takes me to get through this. I won't... Oh, God. I won't operate on the presets, but I will use one as a starting template. That one, I guess. Okay. She's not an old woman. She's a relatively young woman. Let's say there. Skin tone, tannish. Blush color, probably not that important, honestly. Let's go with that. That's kind of natural looking. Intensity, less intense, please. About right there. Lip color. I'm gonna say as as a castless dwarf, she probably doesn't have much time for cosmetic appearances. So she's gonna be as little made up as possible. That's having no effect because we have no lip coloring on, okay. Eyeshadow, again, probably natural as much as possible. I'm gonna say that's probably the closest to natural. I don't know. Whoa. Okay, that was yellow. Never mind, hang on. That's natural. Okay, got it. So all of the castless have this tattoo on their cheek that identifies them as castless. So we have to have that. I don't know that she would have any other tattoos. In fact, I think the idea of having to wear a castless tattoo would kind of turn her off the idea of tattoos entirely. Like, this was forced upon her. I think she would resent tattoos beyond that point. Natural color's fine. Intensity. It's there. It's a full thing. She can't avoid it. Hair. I like that haircut. That's functional for somebody who's going to be in combat. Short hair. People who are in... Oh, God. Shaved head. If you're going to be engaging in combat on a regular basis, long hair is a disadvantage, right? Just gives your enemy something they can grab onto. But then again, at this point, she isn't a warrior. She's just been living in the Dust District. Dust District? Dust City? Something like that. See? I don't know the lore very well at all. Oh, having your hair up would also be good. You know what? I'm going to say that's her hairstyle. Not super short, but up and back. Yep, looks right to me. Eyebrows. Oh. Not a lot of options there. It almost kind of makes me wonder why they even give you options. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. That one, I guess. It's kind of hard to see eye color from this distance, but let's go with that kind of light brown color. Make her look surprised all the time. But no, how about right there in the middle? Nose and nose shape. I'm gonna say the big old honkin' nose, honestly. Whoops, what did I just do? Okay, maybe not quite that big. Oh, actually, hang on. We can go with the more basic nose and then just increase the width a little bit. No, I don't like that. Go back to the big old honkin' nose. Okay. Bridge depth. Yeah, that's fine. Bridge width. You gotta keep switching back and forth on profile and portrait so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Tip width. Okay. Mouth. Yeah, right in the middle I think is good. Over or under bite? Yee. How about right like that? Oh boy, so many options. Good grief. Okay. I always like high cheekbones. It always just looks very dramatic, I think. Okay. Ear height. This is critical. This is the kind of detail I like to have in my games. Neck thickness? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I mean, she's a dwarf. She's going to be a little stout, a little thick, I would imagine. Oh, right. So now here we can control what her portrait's going to look like. I like to have that tattoo front and center because that does define a lot of her character. I think just the null background is fine. Ah! That's pretty good, right? No, we're not gonna do that, but that's kind of funny. That's kind of bashful, kind of coy. And then we go to psychotic. To loopy. Loopy, psychotic, coy, happy, plain. How about just that? That's good. Okay.
I have lost the spell. My weapon does nothing.
How do you do?
Right. New weapon.
Greetings.
Ah, that didn't work. Greetings. I cannot cast it! This weapon does nothing! Excuse me.
Sounds exactly like Win, I think.
Charmed. I lost the spell. Well now, this does nothing. Move aside, please.
Greetings. Oh, my spell! What does it take to kill these things? You're in my way. Goodbye.
So the characterization here, we're going for... She's castless. She's basically been downtrodden all her life. Untouchable. And she kind of has a chip on her shoulder about it. She's a little resentful of the way that the world has treated her.
How do you do?
Right. Casting. Focus.
This sounds less cocky and more like...
Not even a scratch?
Okay, that was a little resentful. Yeah.
Scoot.
Yeah. All right.
Off I go.
Okay, I'm actually liking that one a little bit more.
Greetings.
Ah, that didn't work.
Well, this is odd. My weapon is useless. Move aside. Till we meet again.
No, I think it's gonna be...
Charmed.
It's not
lost the
sultry.
spell.
Violent
Greetings.
is a little...
Oh, my spell! This isn't working. Need something else. You're in my way. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
How do you do?
Damn, lost the spell. New weapon. Scoot. Off I go.
I actually like the violent
Greetings.
laugh more, I think.
Oh, my spell! What does it take to kill these things? You're in my way. Goodbye.
Yeah, that sounds like it's got the right attitude to it. Okay, so that's the voice we're going with. And her name? This is the character we'll be going with for some 70-something hours of this campaign, however many it is. Georgianne Broska. Now, I can't change her last name because that's her background, her story, her origin. But there we go. Meet Georgianne. This is actually, hang on a second, her portrait needs to be a little bit more. Georgianne, welcome. Let's get to know you. Okay. Attributes. So, as I said, she's going to be a rogue. She's already got dexterity and cunning as her two highest, followed by willpower and constitution. Then strength, and lastly magic, which is fine. We don't care about magic at all. Health and resilience. Damage a character can take before falling. Cunning determines how well a character learns and reasons. Most skills, such as herbalism or combat tactics, require a quick mind to master, and an observant eye can more easily find weaknesses in enemy armor. Rogues benefit most from this statistic, as many of their class abilities and special attacks rely on subtlety or reading the target, not raw strength. So we'll definitely want some of that. Let's get more familiar with dexterity. Measure of agility, reflexes, and balance. Higher dexterity improves a character's chances to hit, makes the character more likely to dodge incoming blows, and contributes to the damage dealt by piercing weapons like daggers or arrows. Archery and dual weapon fighting styles demand high dexterity to master, making this attribute a favorite for rogues. Strength measures a character's physical prowess and directly affects the damage a character deals in physical combat. It also contributes to the accuracy of melee attacks. High strength is essential for warriors, particularly if they wish to wield two-handed weapons, and is nearly as critical for rogues. Well, that stinks. Okay. Willpower represents a character's determination and mental fortitude. With high willpower, mages can cast more spells thanks to a deeper mana pool. For warriors and rogues, willpower grants more stamina for combat techniques and special attacks. So basically, everything's important to her except magic. Let's put 2 in cunning, 1 more in dexterity, 1 in strength, and I'm going to say she's more tough at this point than it is that she has willpower, so 1 more in constitution. Skills. Coercion. Influential enough to convince others to change their views. Strength contributes to a more intimidating character, whereas cunning contributes to a more persuasive character. Stealing. She's already got that. Trap making. Survival. Presence of nearby creatures below the character's own level. Small bonus to nature resistance. Herbalism. Poison making. Combat training. Combat tactics. I think I'm going to go with... I would actually undo stealing if I could. And take coercion and survival. But it's not an option. So... I kind of want to take that too. I think I'm going to go with coercion. Because she's castless. She's been growing up on the streets in the poorest part of this dwarven city, Orzammar. And as a result, she's had to get pretty good at talking her way into and out of situations. And now her talents. So she's already got dirty fighting, which is good. Below the belt is an option. Deft hands is an option. Stealth is an option. She's going to be a dual weapon wielder. I'm tempted to go with archery, but she's going to dual wield. Requires combat training, requires combat... Okay, so those are all unavailable at the present. Opening locks and spotting traps, but particularly dexterous hands and a steady grip give the character a bonus when picking locks or disarming traps. The character's cunning score also contributes. I think I'm going to take below the belt. Oh, actually we have 2 points, don't we? Okay. Below the belt and deft hands, then. Here we go. Difficulty, we'll go with normal for now. Sure, we can always adjust it on the fly if needed. Ladies and gentlemen, Georgian Broska.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the 2 remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Bharat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Bharat. I don't want to do this in front of my sister.
Why not? She knows the slope of the land, don't you, girl?
So this is our sister Rika, whom Georgianne has actually spent most of her life looking out for. Our mother, Kala, is still alive, whom we will meet shortly, but not right this second. Georgianne and Rika's father is dead, so we will perhaps get into some of how he is out of the story a little bit later on. There aren't many details that we know right now, but anyway, this is our first introduction to the character and her immediate surroundings and the way that she's living her life right now. So, as I mentioned, Georgianne is not at all ashamed to be castless. She kind of is, like I said, she has a chip on her shoulder, and she resents the rest of the world for treating her the way that it does. So any chance she gets, she's kind of like, nah, fuck everybody. That's how she's always thinking. So I think she wouldn't like how Bharat here is talking to her sister.
You told me a lot of things, not one of which meant more than a fart in the middens. Before me, your sister was just another duster. Now check her out. Braids down to here, gold-capped teeth. She can recite elf poetry and play the string harp. Every man's dream.
She's like a geisha.
All she's got to do is find a lord, squeeze out some kid who looks like him, and we're all living the easy life in the Diamond Quarter.
Please, don't get involved. You know that never goes well.
Pretty sure that voice actor is in Skyrim, right? I think so. I just don't like to see him treating you that way.
I'll treat her however I like, as long as you both eat off my plate.
Fuck off.
You keep your head down and say aye to any job I decide is low enough for scum like you. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brats. Then you both go free.
Crude, this
I
man.
get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life.
We've kept our part of the deal. Yep, let's hold him to his word.
Well, unless I start seeing results, we're going to renegotiate. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
Okay. Yeah, see? She's found someone. Oh. That sounds less like a threat and more like I mean, I think it's probably meant as a threat, but just like, ooh, watch yourself, we may not need you pretty soon. It sounds more like kind of a tease. I think this is more our speed. Just kind of a, ha, see? Fuck you, dude, we delivered.
It's nothing definite, but he said he wanted to see me again.
Excuse me if I don't start knitting booties. Until I do, you're the one who's going to keep paying her debts with your service to the Carta.
All right. What do you need me to do?
Your buddy Leski's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I don't like that guy.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
You don't have to hide anything. Oh, wait, I can't stand the way he treats us.
Just be careful about showing him. You've been lucky so far. He thinks it's funny when you and Leski get vulgar. Some of the nobles I've met, they'd as soon have your head for speaking your mind. That's why I didn't tell you. Bharat's been warning me ever since 2 of his other girls found patrons at Lord Harrowmont's reception. They've been getting gifts already. Lord Rooston gave Elsie a surface silk gown and she's not even pregnant. Bharat's getting impatient.
So you're feeling the pressure is on, huh? I just wish we didn't have to kiss up to that cave tick.
You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Bharat's leash for life.
It's not fair that Bharat gets to push us around.
Money gives him power. He's got family on the surface, which means he can smuggle up lyrium and smithcrafts, and bring down silks, wines, and furs. And he played it smart. When he started expanding, he made sure it was only the casteless he shook down for protection.
My sister
So the
knows
guardsmen
a lot about the politics of the situation here. That's kind of funny. Can he really follow through on his threats? I think we would know that he can. Why does he care about hustling you to some noble? I think he already explained why. He thinks he'll be on Easy Street. Now he has everything a dwarf could want. I suppose so. I would say this, except I think it seems to me like this has been part of the deal for a while now. He's been investing money to get her all dolled up so that she'll attract some rich patron, right? That's clearly been taking place over some time. I would be aware of it. We probably would have already had the conversation that would follow from this line. Let's just comment on, yeah, now he's got power, I suppose.
I hope there's more you want in life than to be some copper-plated crime lord. You've still got the chance to get out of here.
And go where?
Dream big. Be a paragon.
Jeez.
Don't stop at becoming another Bharat.
Okay. I didn't know Rika felt this way. You think I could actually be a paragon?
It wouldn't be the first time. Garelon the Blood Risen was born casteless, you know, before he went to the surface. And he came back and won the throne. Many paragons have humble origins. All that matters is that the Assembly recognizes their achievements. And once they get that vote, they found their own house, and are as noble as if the ancestors themselves had made it so.
Okay, but the way that Rika's talking, I'm guessing becoming a paragon amongst the dwarves is probably a pretty rare thing for anybody from any caste, right? So the fact that multiple casteless have done it in the past doesn't mean that I, of one of tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of casteless between the city of Orzammar and the other city, whatever the hell its name is, doesn't mean that I'm very likely to do it, right? Like, that's like saying, like, hey, one time a redneck hillbilly Hoosier won the lottery, so I'm a redneck hillbilly Hoosier, I can do it too. It's like, well, yeah, theoretically, but the fact that I'm a redneck hillbilly Hoosier doesn't make me more likely to do it. That's kind of weird reasoning. Keep dreaming, Rika. I'm not trying to be dismissive, but I just feel like she's being very unrealistic.
Until I'm dead, little sister.
Oh,
but
sweet.
until then, we can only serve as Bharat demands. And he won't like it if either of us is late.
Alright. Let's get going then.
Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
So as Rika said, she's our older sister. But Georgianne has always been the rough and tumble, get things done one. Let's just skip through that shit. So in a way, even though Georgianne is the younger sister, she's been the one looking out for Rika. Rika's much more, I don't want to say delicate, but she's considerably less interested in doing what needs to be done to keep herself and our mother safe. She's interested in getting her hands dirty, doing the pushing and shoving, you know what I mean? So a couple things before we get too far into it. Just a logistical point, you'll notice I'm not using a face cam, of course. I have been doing that a lot lately with my Let's Plays, but I like to avoid it when I'm doing a heavy roleplay Let's Play, which I think this one will be, because I feel like the face cam kind of detracts from the immersion into the character that we're going for. The other is, because whenever I'm doing a face cam, I always have to have the goddamn lamps on in front of my
Now's better than later.
face, and it's just really freaking bright, so it's sometimes kind of nice to play the game without. Oh, what the hell, take all of it. This is my stuff anyway. I've already got 2 daggers. Let's take a look actually at our inventory really quick. What am I working with? Iron dagger, iron dagger. One of these is gray iron. which does slightly more damage, so sure. We already have Blood Dragon Plate somehow. We'll have to get rid of that. I don't think that would be the case. I also am aware of... yeah, okay. I'm aware of the quick slots and all that stuff. We can get into that later. So here we are, level 1? I don't even know. Yeah, I guess level 1. Level 1, there it is, right there. We've already been through our talents and skills. We have, of course, premium content, which we won't get to right now. Oh, that's another thought. This is Ultimate Edition, of course, which has all the DLC included. I think, in addition to that, because it's Ultimate Edition, I think it also cleans up some bug issues that the original game had. I'm thinking of, like, memory problems. I believe those are fixed with this edition. I don't have any mods. I believe there are mods for this game, but I'm not modding it at all. So our first task, Bharat's favor. Find out what Bharat wants you to do. You work for the crime lord Bharat as one of his enforcers. He has a task for you to carry out today. Leski, who is waiting outside, will inform you of the details. Leski is a friend in the sense that he's not an enemy. But I don't really care for the guy too much. He seems to kind of have a thing for me, for Georgianne.
Who's that?
But she doesn't
Why
really
are
have a
you
thing for him.
bothering me? Rika?
Hello, Mother. It's me, Georgianne, your daughter.
Don't you talk to me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
You think I don't know my own kid?
Seemed like you
What are you
didn't.
doing here anyway?
Well, she's totally got my
Rika
nose.
said you were finally making something useful of yourself.
Or I guess actually I've totally got her nose. Oh, she's been drinking. Yeah. Would you please stop, Mother?
You tell me. Just what do I got that's worth living for?
You have 2 beautiful daughters.
I know you both hate me. I know what I done to you. But it was for your own good.
Yes.
The world's a cruel place. You had to learn that. You think you'd be where you are now if I'd let you hide from a few slaps? Everything you are, I made you.
Spoken like a true abuser. I've got work to do. Try to dry out by the time I get home. We love our mother, but she's a pain in the ass.
Oh, I shouldn't keep doing this to you. I know I shouldn't. It's just so hard. Hey, where's she going? Why's she leaving? Don't leave me!
Never mind, Mother. Why don't you just lie down? That's good.
Okay, well, we don't have anything else to say to Rika. We don't have anything else to say to our mother at present, and there's nothing else to do in here, so let's get the hell out of Dodge. Alright, gotta get used to right-clicking and everything.
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Growl.
Easy, asshole. Don't talk about my sister that way.
You're just jealous because you want the majesty of Leski for yourself, you shameless hussy.
Shut up.
What do you say?
I said shut up. Ooh, I could insult his manhood. No, let's not do that. You like Rika because she can't break you with one hand. Just tell me where Bharat sent you. That I might have to feed you your spleen. Yeah, sure. Let's give him some spice.
Oh, at least I'd have something to eat.
You.
But as much as I'd love to keep chatting, we'd better get down to business.
Down to brass tacks. What's the story?
Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskaris, some surfacer. Bharat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Bharat's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back.
Alright, standard type of intimidation deal, huh? Where's Oskaris?
All he told me is find him. Duster's got some family from the merchant caste. He's probably staying near their quarters.
Okay. What sort of goods we trying to find?
You know, gold, lyrium, spices. Anything that Bharat might cut someone's head off to get.
Okay. What do we do with him if he's been holding out?
Well, if he is skimming, we kill him, of course. I mean, Bharat doesn't let anyone swindle him and live. Bringing his head on a plate is completely optional, though.
Nah, I don't want to do that if we don't have to.
We're not just killing him. First we take back anything he stole and then we kill him. Come on, you can feel bad later.
Alright, let's find out what he's done first, though.
Whatever lets you sleep at night, my friend.
My Georgianne's opposition to straight up killing the guy isn't because she's squeamish about killing. This would not be the first time that she's ended someone's life. But it's more so like, Bharat can't tell me what to do. I'm not going to kill for him. If I kill, I'm going to be killing because I want to kill. Which is a pretty horrible thing to say, but it is how she feels. She's the kind of person where if somebody tells her something, even if it's for her own good, she will frequently do the opposite just to spite him. You know? It's like, who do you think you are? Telling me what's good for me.
Hey, gorgeous, you looking for something to keep you warm tonight? Hey, gorgeous, you
He's got one line and he's gonna use it.
Tonight?
Who's this? Beggar?
Tell your mother I said hello.
Hey, tell your ma I said hello, huh? Hey, no problem.
2 bits for the needy.
Dude, we're all needy.
I seen you before. You're one of Bharat's girls, the one with the sword.
The one with 2 swords.
You don't know from needy. Not until you're my age.
What do you mean?
You think Bharat's going to want you when you're old? Soon as your muscles go, it's the clean crew on the streets for you. Unless you find some man to fill you with babies and give you the care for them, you'll be gone soon enough. Only place for you to end up is here, watching some casteless upstarts refusing to share their coin.
Maybe I'll just have to kill Bharat before we ever get there. Let's get out of here.
This'll be you someday. Soon as you start to wrinkle up and Bharat's got no use for you. Don't think you got anywhere to go but here.
Piss off, old man.
Please. I just need a bed. Somewhere to sleep. Fire.
Yeah, the fact that we actually have a home with a roof and a door makes us quite fortunate.
Who the dust do you think you are? I don't
There's
need no
some of
sodding
these
help from some
louts.
jumped-up face-brand card.
Spare Silver. My boy needs medicine. The docs say he won't wake without it.
Don't look at me like that.
I was beautiful once. I was beautiful.
Dregs of society down here. Which, you know, we're members of, I guess. Yeah, sure. City of Orzammar.
Sounding castless breed like rats.
Shut
what
up.
are you doing here, Brand?
Screw off, man.
Good day there, sweetness. You looking to make a quick bit? You could be just what I'm after.
I don't know what you're talking about. Might want to step back, buddy.
You haven't even heard my offer, girl. You look like you've still got all your teeth. Nice and healthy. I craft replacements for nobles who have lost theirs.
You want my
I can
teeth?
pay you real handsome for some of those. 1 silver for 2. What do you say?
I could take the teeth out of your head. How about that? I can't say I would take the teeth out of your head, but I'm not going to justify that with a response.
Suit yourself. Plenty of brands are willing.
It's kind of sad. Alright, we're looking for an inn. Is that what Leski said? An inn with this guy, Oskaris.
Have you heard?
Might be
She's
staying.
got a team who found traces of Bronca in the deep roads.
Oh? Found her body, did they?
Bronca.
No, tools. Signs of camp, things like that.
Paragon or not, Bronca's dead. She's been gone 2 years. No one survives the deeps that long.
So the reason that this character kind of fits my lack of knowledge of the lore of the world... Whoa, I'm not trying to look up her skirt. I was just trying to look at the ceiling there. Is because she's a castless living in the Dust District, and it kind of makes sense that she doesn't know fuck all about the outside world, both Orzammar here underground, and especially the world above. So, Bronca, she doesn't know who Bronca is. She knows what the deep roads are. She knows what paragons are. But other than that, she's pretty unfamiliar with everything. Commoner Olinda.
Leski, you old scamp. What are you doing here? Trying to charm me out of another set of ribbons for your girl?
trying to talk you into being my girl, Olinda. You know my heart's breaking for you.
Don't you go saying that around my husband.
Yeesh.
Who's your friend?
Georgianne, pleased to meet you.
You're welcome to look around. I'll slide on the markup since you're Leski's friend, but I can't give anything away for free.
Understood.
Just don't touch anything if you can't meet the price.
Alright, let's see. We can sell these two, right? Ka-ching! That was big. Oh, yep, I could sell that. Honestly, I think I'm going to pretend like I don't even have that. That seems weird that I've got that. That must be added by DLC or something. How much gold do I have? What do I have? 4 silver pieces. Yeah, I'm going to need those, so sure. That's good enough, I think. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't realize I didn't buy all 3. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Olinda. These guys have something to say?
It's been a long time since the last Grey Warden visit.
There's a Grey Warden here. She doesn't know what Grey Wardens are either. I mean, we do because we saw the intro.
Great prices on all arms and armor, like they were
that's an inn.
Herself. Sod off, Brand. I don't have anything for the
Hey,
likes.
fuck you, man.
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come.
Hey, wait, you're castless. What the hell, dude?
Same as you. It's illegal for me to walk here without one. I'm from the surface, so by the law of assembly, I'm castless.
Oh, surface
but I
members
think
are
of the
castless
brand
too?
as just a part
Surface
of the
dwarves,
license to vend my wares. I use a washable ink, and when I return home, it's gone first thing. I cannot imagine wanting to wear the beastly thing every day.
I didn't have a goddamn choice.
You certainly don't choose to live any other way. If you were on the surface, you could open a shop, claim land, and start a farm, and get legally married by the human chantry.
No shit.
Orzammar is the only place in the world that will treat you like this. Yet you all stay. I'll never understand it.
Holy crap. I'm wondering if my mom and Rika know about this. We could just gone to the surface all these years? It seemed impossible. The surface always was thought of as just dangerous and foreign, and there's a giant freaking sky above you, and it's terrifying. Oh, right, and you lose touch with the stone. I'm not... Okay, yeah, I guess I have enough familiarity with my own culture to know about the stone. Supposedly, if dwarves are away from it for a long period of time, something bad happens. Lose touch with it.
And what has the stone done for you? At least on the surface, you won't be rejected by your fellow dwarves.
Yeah.
It always seems
says
sad to me
you.
that our
I don't know if I
homeland
believe
is
it.
the one place in this world where you're likely to be killed by a fellow dwarf. Now, unless you're going to buy something, I need to unload and get home before the rain sets in. That's water from the sky, by the way.
Can I take a look what you got?
Fine. But try to steal anything, and I'm calling the guards.
I would expect you to, sir. I don't think I got... yeah, I can't afford any of this shit. Let's get out of here. Really quick, before we go into the inn, I just want to get a look around here.
Go back to your dirt pile, scum. Get out of my face, Brand.
Oh, I don't like that guy.
They should send someone to pick up the trash.
Oh man, if I could get away with it.
This pile of worthless junk belongs to you.
Punch everybody here.
You realize it's in the way and that the patrols will not be able to come through? Move it, or I shall have it thrown out in the deep roads, and you with it.
I'm so sorry, my lord, but they told me to move my goods over here. I couldn't even set up shop in my usual place.
Nonsense.
It's true. They said that the servants needed to polish the floors on that side of the commons in preparation for the new commander's first commission.
Yes. The new Idukan commander's feast is tomorrow, isn't it? I suppose it can't be helped then.
Okay, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that, everybody. Alright. So some crazy shit's going on here in the commons. Wow, look at that. It's impressive. I'm not trying to go through here, I just want to get a load of who's over here.
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds.
Alright, bite me.
Huh.
Wow! I mean, seriously, this is an impressive city. You almost never get up here, do you, Georgianne? Alright, to the inn, I suppose. Whoops, hang on, I was looking. Oh, Bharat's shop. Well, I don't want to go see him until I've got information. What's going on over here? Una?
Watch yourself. The Shaper doesn't need your footprints all over his clean clothes.
You're washing clothes?
As if I'd stop for you.
Ah, okay, fine. Frickin' molten lava right there.
Castless running around like they own the place.
Alright, let's find this Oskaris. Saving game. Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, you know what's a good idea? A hard save.
The ancestors were smiling on my bets today. Another round for the house.
Haha, I like that guy. What the hell's going on in here?
No castless.
Okay, dude, just fucking... Do you have a customer named Oskaris, huh?
Why would I tell you anything?
Take a close look before you finish that sentence. Are you sure you want to make us insist?
Oh, I didn't realize who sent you. He's here all right. Oskaris. Right over there. Been nursing that same mug half the day. Paid up front, though. Good silver. What's he done?
None of your goddamn business. Oops.
Sorry. Just trying to make conversation.
Yeah.
You, do what you have to.
Okay.
Just, try and keep it neat. I'm still paying for this space.
I said oops because I thought I picked the wrong thing, but I picked the right thing. That was exactly what I wanted to say.
Hey, I'm trying to have a drink here.
What do you want? I've got nothing for you.
They say the warrior cast
I hear
is
the
hosting
Grey
a
Wardens
so
are
the
in
Grey
town.
Wardens can look for candidates.
Grey Wardens looking for candidates. For what? For Grey Wardens? I don't know that she knows what Grey Wardens are, honestly. Yikes.
Can a man drink in peace?
It's like you're already done with the drinking part, dude. Whoa! Just a roast pig type creature sitting back here. That'd be hard not to take a bite out of. Imagine Georgianne's belly is almost always growling. Alright, who is this jerk?
Hey, I was saving that seat.
Yeah, you were. From me.
Thoughtful, Oskaris. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name?
Let's just say we've got a mutual friend.
Oh no, you're not from Bharat, are you?
Bingo!
Because that would be too much. I don't think I could handle.
You got a bad heart or something? What the hell? Hey, if you did nothing wrong, you got nothing to fear, right?
I just want to make sure nobody does anything too hasty.
Just a friendly inspection, my man.
Making sure you didn't accidentally pocket any processed lyrium, you know.
Look, I always been loyal to Bharat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him.
Okay. Then, I believe you. Just need to be sure.
Keep him still. I'm gonna search his bags.
Wait, I do have some lyrium. It's just ore. I made a side deal with one of the mining families. If it worked out, I was gonna bring Bharat his cut, I swear. I'd be crazy not to.
Suicidal, one might say.
Who have you been selling to?
Surfacers pay good coin for lyrium. Mages up there, they use it for their spells. Smiths use it in enchanted weapons. I just took the money and ran. I mean, back to Bharat to share the profits.
Alright, how much did you take?
Just a little, maybe 25 sovereigns worth.
Whoa!
25 sovereigns?
Most of that's with my buyers on the surface. I just picked up a few nuggets down here.
That's a lot
if
of
I were to
moolah.
maybe give you a piece, that's a lot of coin. Could you forget to mention this to Bharat?
Oh. You know what? That's a very tempting proposition, because first off, I could use the money for freaking sure. Second, the idea of sticking it to Bharat, even without him realizing it, is pretty tempting.
I don't got any coin myself. I make that topside, but you can take the ore and sell it, maybe get enough to get out of this nest. What do you say?
Well, let's see. If you can give me all you got, I'll pretend you weren't here.
All I have is the 2 nuggets, but they're yours if you let me out of here.
Are you breathing smoke? Bharat will kill you if he catches you with his lyrium.
You know what? I'm going to sell it before we get back to him, and honestly, I'd like to see him try something.
Not unless you find a merchant who doesn't work with Bharat, you won't. Tell you what, cut me in 50 and we'll take it to Olinda. Remember her?
Yeah.
She likes me and refuses to work with the old man.
Aha! Alright, we got a deal.
Then what happens to me?
You know what? If I don't see your face again, we don't have a problem.
We'll have to tell Bharat he's dead. If he ever finds out...
I'll kill him.
You won't. I
Bharat,
swear. You'll never see me in Orzammar again. Thank you. You're as kind as you are beautiful. May the ancestors bless your
I think he's talking to Leski. I don't think he was looking at me. But that was kind of him to say. You know, my sister's the pretty one, but a girl's open to flattery.
Didn't know they let your type in here.
Fuck off. I'm about to be a rich woman. I'm probably going to say fuck off a lot in this Let's Play.
If Bharat finds out Oskaris ran, he'll kill you. He'll kill me. He'll make you kill me, then yourself. Then he'll probably stew us and serve us to the poor.
Dude, I don't think you understand. If Bharat made a move, I would be delighted to kill him. Just wish I could have left with him. No, that's not true. I'll never find out, dude. No need to worry.
That's what I like about you. Pure blind optimism. We should sell this quick and report back before Bharat starts wondering what's taking so long. Unless you think we should give it all to Bharat.
Fuck no, dude. We're keeping it.
Then let's head back to Olinda.
Why the fuck would we give it back now? We're committed. We didn't kill the guy or even beat him up.
What are you two doing back here?
Oh, just selling some illicit goods.
Well, that's not what I was expecting to hear cross those lips. Where exactly would someone like you pick up lyrium?
Fell off a truck.
How much do you have?
2 nuggets.
I can give you 30 silvers per nugget.
Only 30?
It's less than it's worth, I won't lie to you. But the market for it's topside, and that won't be easy for me to reach. And I'll have to find a buyer who won't ask where it came from. For that, I can't afford more than 30.
Alright, let's take what we can get. We're not really in a position to be choosy here.
Alright then. Let me take that off your hands. And you probably shouldn't come around here for a while, just in case.
Okay, can do. Shit, this is more money than I've ever held in my life. Alright, should we go talk to Bharat then?
The king is old. His rule won't hold much longer.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests than Trian.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows I can provide. We'll finish this later.
Talking politics,
it's about
I don't
time
understand
you
it.
showed up. What happened with Oskaris?
Oh, didn't have any lyrium or gold on him, that crazy guy.
What kind of rot are you trying to feed me?
It's the fucking
He
truth,
told us
man.
he'd be putting together a side deal for lyrium, but he'd already sold it.
Jarvia, send a dig troop topside. If Oskaris had a hiding spot up there, I want us up to our elbows in it.
As you say.
And the matter of punishment?
Yeah, yep, he's dead. Killed him myself. Got rid of the body, threw it in the magma.
Very interesting. Seeing how my cousin was at the Tapsters this afternoon.
Oh, really? Did your
He said
cousin
he
tell me
saw
how dead the
something
dude is?
change hands between you and Oskaris, and then the duster sodding stood up and walked out on his own 2 feet.
At which point I threw him in the
That sound
magma.
like what I asked. Jarvia, What does that sound like to you?
Sounds like some jumped-up face brands thought they could take a bribe and let him walk free. That's just not right.
The lady says it's not right. You wouldn't disagree with a lady, would you?
Yeah, I'm not stupid enough to kill him in a public place. I waited until he was outside, then threw him in the magma.
Right. I mean, no one's gonna say spit to you, Bharat. But we can't move that free. We needed to get Oskaris somewhere private. We took him to the lava sinks behind the mines. You won't be seeing him again.
Yeah, see?
I don't like you making me look weak, but it's smart to try to keep the swordcast from asking questions. That's why I like you two. Now I got something else for you.
Nice.
Make some use of your unique skills.
Yeah. What do you got?